So I have a new project for us today, and that project is crown molding. If you were to ask me, crown molding is never going to stop because it's expensive. Things that are expensive don't get used all the time, don't get played out. So I'm going to share with you everything that I've ever learned, and hopefully it'll help you. The first thing you need to know about crown molding is the side with all the profile is the bottom. The main reason why that's important is because crown molding is cut upside down. The next thing to know is that crown molding is cut at the angle in which it's going to rest against the ceiling and the wall. And that can be challenging. So the first secret I'm going to share with you is crown stops. DeWalt makes these for about 25 bucks. You have to order them online. The next tip I have is laser measures. You can pick these up for about 40 bucks. I only get the one that measures to the 1/16th. They get up to like 1/64th. Nothing's more of a hassle than trying to do that math. But anyway, trying to run a tape from end to end is pretty tough. Laser measures, can't go wrong. Crown hangers. If you're like me, you work by yourself probably 90% of the time. These are your hands when no one else is around. You can pick these up online for less than 10 bucks. Next must have for me is cordless brad nailer. These are about $130. The pneumatic ones are much cheaper, but I'll never go back to running an air compressor. By far your most expensive investment on any crown molding project is going to be your miter saw. You can easily spend $500 on one of these, but you can rent them or borrow them. They're pretty common. Next must have for your tool belt you're going to want is miter saw protractor. Interesting fact, the scale on your miter saw is inverted from that of a standard protractor. If you're just making 45-degree cuts, you can get away without having this. But if you have vaulted ceilings or you're going up staircases, you're going to want this. The last tip I have for you is make a jig. Take a piece of scrap, make inside and outside cuts on it, and when you go and fasten your crown mold to the wall, make sure you take your jig and you get your profile right. If you don't, and you start nailing things together, you're gonna have a mess on your hands. I promise you. Well, now that we've covered everything, let's get set up and I'll show you how to use all this. So your miter saws have these little holes on the side here which fasten your crown stops. Next, take the crown you're gonna use and set the crown stop in place to where the profile is flat against the fence and the table. Lock it down, and that'll chock the crown into the saw, and you'll have the same cut every time. Alright, let's talk about using your jig. When you're fastening a piece of crown to the ceiling, by the time you get to the corner, you're going to want to take your jig and put the two together to align your joint. If you don't, you're most likely going to have some offset or some gapping that you're going to have to putty and paint. I'm going to take my laser measure, and I'm going to measure from this register all the way to that corner. Let's start making some cuts. Okay, I now have my measurement. I have 14 foot, 1 inch, 5 eighths. I'm gonna get my crown, I'm gonna put it in the saw using the crown stops, and I'm gonna start making my cuts. Now I have my crown cut to length. Now I'm gonna take my crown hangers, I'm gonna hang them on the wall with a little nail. So there you have it. That's everything you need to do a crown molding job all by yourself. And you can easily hire someone to do all this for you, but if you're looking for an excuse to gear up on some tools, the money you're going to spend to do that versus what it's going to cost to do an install is probably pretty close to a break-even point. Then the next thing you'll know, you'll have all these great tools and you'll start building sheds and pergolas and kitchen cabinets. But hey, this was fun. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you on the next one.